Hey everybody, it's ChicagoCharlie, and I wanted to make a video talking about this, so here we go. Our new North American champion, Korey McDuffie, a hat player, a very good player, I might add. I was watching the stream, I watched him for a couple games, really good. You can't deny it. I mean, to go 2 days and then play for 2 days straight and end up winning the entire tournament is you can't deny whether a player is good or not, because he's battle tested. His opponent kind of handed him the victory, which I really don't like saying, but I have to admit it, because his opponent blind MST to Sanctum, and that basically started a chain reaction of just fuckery. It was like, why did you MST? You would have 2-0'd the guy, and you would have been the new champion. But either way, you are still going to Worlds in Italy, so you're good. It doesn't matter what happened. You're still going to be representing America. You still get a prize card, whatever. But both players did play very well throughout the entire tournament. I remember watching his opponent in game 2. I mean, in game in the top 4, I think. It was really skilled plays that he made against the mirror match. Everybody, I mean, everybody in the top 4, they were running hat. So they were long games, but they were very interesting games. Normally, I do not like watching hat versus hat, because I mean, a bunch of generic +1s, and well, I think game 2 the other guy was running Fire Fist hat. What is it? Fire Fist artifact trap tricks, whatever, which is also a very good version, because Wolf Bark, so broken. But I'm wondering if Konami is gonna keep letting us milk the hands, the artifacts, the trap tricks for all they're worth, because they didn't hit them last format, and I mean, they are like generic +1s, so it's like, why wouldn't you hit these cards? But they do add an element to the game that really separates the good players from the bad players. So that's what I really like, that they're still at 3-3, because good players, they'll find a way to play around the hands. There's not many times during the WCQs that people were just blindly swinging into hands that I saw on the stream, but people were really trying to play around them and not just giving their opponent pluses. Like I remember game 1, it was the champion versus the other guy he was playing, and he ended up making an Abyss Dweller, and then the Abyss Dweller got bottomless. He chained the effect, and then the guy chained breakthrough skill against the Abyss Dweller. Then he wiretapped the breakthrough skill, and the announcers were wondering why he didn't wiretap the bottomless. But if you think about it, if he would have wiretapped the bottomless, the guy would have lost, he would have got his bottomless back, which is searchable with the trap tricks monsters, and the Abyss Dweller's effect would have been negated, because the breakthrough skill would have stayed. So he would have lost a wiretap and the Abyss Dweller's attack the next turn, and it would have got Honor Arc next turn, because you don't want to just swing into a hand and get him a plus for randomly. So it was kind of good that he didn't just randomly swing into the hand after. So he played it smart. A lot of people, I mean, at first I was also wondering why he didn't wiretap the breakthrough skill. I mean, wiretap the bottomless. He really baited out the back row, and he put an unsearchable card back in the deck, which is really good when you look back at it. But when you're in the situation, you can't really see it until everything unfolds, and then after the monster was removed from the bottomless, the dweller, and the breakthrough skill was shuffled back in, he summoned a hand and attacked over the face down hand. So the guy lost a monster, he still had his hand, and the bottomless was gone, and the breakthrough skill was back in deck. He couldn't use the breakthrough skill while it's in grave, and so overall he did the right play, but even the announcers, they couldn't tell it was the right play. Even I couldn't tell it was the right play when I was watching it. I was like, why the fuck, why wouldn't you wiretap the bottomless? But then it would be like, the breakthrough skill's still engraved next turn for the dweller, so it would have been just a waste of a wiretap. So needless to say, the guy who Korey was playing against was a very good player. You may not know it from just watching, but when somebody plays, I mean, when you watch the game and you dissect every play that was going to happen in the future, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he made the right plays. But game 2, it should have been a 2-0. He should have sweeped his opponent, and his opponent, I mean, his opponent had a ice hand. No, I think it was a ice hand and a 2-set back row. One was a trap hole, and the other was the sanctum. His opponent drew, MST'd randomly, hit the sanctum. This started, I mean, he had a fire hand on his side of the field. The sanctum was chained to the MST, so it brought out a Moral Tech. Then the MST resolves, popping the sanctum, sending the sanctum to grave. The Moral Tech triggers, the sanctum triggers. He can choose the chain links because they're both optional, and he chose Moral Tech to be second on the chain link, and sanctum to be chain link 1. So it resolved backwards. Moral Tech popped the hand on his side of the field, the fire hand. The fire hand goes to the grave, and then the fire hand can't activate because it can't interrupt the chain. The sanctum pops a set card, so the guy lost 3 cards: the MST, his fire hand, and his back row. I think it was a caller on it, I can't exactly remember. All because he blind MST'd. If he would have just sat on the MST, waited for the sanctum to trigger, and then MST the other one, he would have been fine. Or waited to MST during his opponent's turn, and he just scooped it all up because he noticed he played bad. But if that wouldn't have happened, he would have been in such a great spot. He would have swept the guy, and it's all because he hit sanctum face down. Either way, he's still a good player. You can't argue that he's a scrub because he did make it to top 2. He should have won, but anyways, he's gonna still make it to Italy to compete against other countries, and for that you really can't say much. But I just want to say congratulations to everybody who played and who, I think, top 32 got their giant hands. Congrats to everybody on that. If you liked the video, comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Oh, one more thing. P.S. I really do not see Call of the Haunted lasting very long on this list, on our FNL list, because both players main deck 3. So Call of the Haunted, it makes so many things trigger. I mean, Moral Tech, Beagle Tech, what else? All the Telenites, Diania, Traptrix, what's her name? Mermello. I really don't think, if anything gets hit, it'll be that card, because that card has so much potential, even with new stuff coming out in the future, the hero stuff. I mean, Call of the Haunted's a ridiculous card right now, and will get nothing but better. In Phase Call the Haunted and Telenites is insanely good. But that's all.